Hi, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll be making another one of my family's favorite Puerto Rican desserts, Pastelillitos de Guayaba, which are guava-filled pastries. So let's begin. In a clean working surface, sprinkle a little bit of flour, then roll out your pastry dough to make it even. I'm using homemade, but feel free to use store-bought pastry. Cut out the rough edges to make it as square as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want it perfectly square, you can use a ruler to make it completely even. I'm making a mini version of this dessert, so I'm cutting thick long strips of the pastry. Now cut the strips into mini rectangles. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Now place those pastry rectangles into a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Now you'll need to spray water on top. This will help sugar stick to the pastry. Now spray a little water on the pastries. Sprinkle them with sugar on top. Let's bake in a preheated oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, about 220 degrees Celsius, for 15 minutes, or until the pastries puff up and turn golden. Now let's make the filling. I will be using guava paste. Any brand will work. Into a blender or food processor, add the guava. Then add a splash of water. You may need more or less depending on how smooth you want the filling to be. Now blend that until you get a smooth, thick, spreadable paste. Once it looks like this, it's ready. When the pastry is done, carefully transfer them into a cooling rack and let it completely cool down. When the pastries have completely cooled down, gently place them on the side like I'm doing here, and using a serrated knife, gently slice it in half. It should be fairly easy. I transferred my guava paste into a pastry bag, but you can use a freezer bag or 2 spoons for this part. And I'm piping in the filling into the bottom half of the pastry. Then I'm topping the pastry with the top layer, making a sort of mini pastry sandwich. Now continue filling your pastries until you're done. Now sprinkle on top a little bit of powdered sugar, and you're ready to serve. They will keep for up to 4 days at room temperature. So they're the perfect dessert to make ahead of time for any celebration, party, or event. And there you go, a simple and very tasty dessert. I hope you give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!